Welcome back to the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls around the world. Good evening, boys and girls. Are you ready for bed? Are you all snuggled up and ready for another Lights Out bedtime story? Good, because you're in for a treat. That's right. We have one of the most recent stories here on the Lights Out podcast as we continue towards our mission of 1,000 ad-free stories forever for boys and girls around the world. And tonight's story is called The Paper Dolls by Julia Donaldson and Rebecca Cobb. As you listen, I want you to remember where the paper dolls ended up at the end of the story. Once upon a time, there was once a girl who had tiger slippers, and a ceiling with stars on it, and a butterfly hair slide which she kept losing, and 2 goldfish, and a nice mother who helped her make some paper dolls. They were Ticky and Tacky and Jackie and Becky, and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with a bow. And they danced, and they jumped, and they sang, and they met a dinosaur who clawed and roared and said, "I'm going to get you." But the paper dolls sang, "You can't get us. Oh, no, no, no. We're holding hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie and Becky and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with a bow." And they jumped onto a bus and rode it to a farmyard and danced with the pigs. Then they lay on a rooftop and stared at the stars till a tiger slunk out of his den, and he crouched and snarled and said, "I'll leap up and catch you." But the paper dolls sang, "You can't catch us. Oh, no, no, no. We're holding hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie and Becky and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with a bow." And they floated down the stairs, and they danced around the honey pot, and they kicked crumbs and explored an island, till a fierce crocodile grinned his grin and gnashed his teeth and said, "I'm coming to crunch you." But the paper dolls laughed and sang, "You can't crunch us. Oh, no, no, no. We're holding hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie and Becky and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with a bow." And they hopped into the garden, and they sniffed the flowers, and they chatted to a ladybug, and they lay down in a forest of grass. But along came a boy with a pair of scissors, and he said, "I'll snip you." And he did. He snipped them up into tiny pieces, and he said, "You're gone forever." But the paper dolls sang, "We're not gone. Oh, no, no, no. We're holding hands and we won't let go. We're Ticky and Tacky and Jackie and Becky and Jim with 2 noses and Joe with a bow." And the pieces all joined together, and the paper dolls flew into the little girl's memory, where they found white mice and fireworks and a starfish soap and a kind granny and the butterfly hair slides, and more lovely things each day, each week, each year. And the girl grew into a mother who helped her own little girl make some paper dolls. They were Poppy and Pinky and Binky and Blinky, and Fred with 1 eyebrow and Flo with a bow. And they jumped and they danced and they sang. The end of The Paper Dolls by Julia Donaldson and Rebecca Cobb. Here on the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls around the world. Good night.